Hey everybody, this is a video to show you how to back up and restore content that you may have from a previous year's course into an upcoming course that you have. From here, I'm going to just basically go to my main As You Learn landing page by typing in asyoulearn.appstate.edu. And that is going to take me to what I call my main As You Learn landing page. You can treat this page as a hub for all of the different sites within As You Learn that you're going to end up using through your academic year. Just a really quick tour here. This top block in As You Learn is going to have any messages that we have for you. So hopefully you found these instructions that we have for how to move content into an upcoming course, how to find your upcoming courses. If you scroll down to this first block under that, that's going to be your recently accessed courses, which those will stay at the top of your course, which is a great feature of the latest version of As You Learn. Under that is a block called Course Overview, but what that really is a block that contains all of your current term courses, okay, no matter what term that is. And then down below that is your My As You Learn Sites block, which carries everything else, including your projects courses, meaning your committee work, your development courses, that kind of thing. Any future academic terms upcoming, as you can see I've got one here, and then ones going back from the current one, such as these right here. Okay, so bottom block is everything other than your current semester. Middle block is called Course Overview, but it is everything that's your current semester. And then above that is your recently accessed courses. I want to know for sure that I have a course upcoming for fall of 2019. So I'm going to click on that tab, and sure enough, here's one. I'm going to click on that, and you'll notice when I click on that course that it is just a blank course. It's a blank course shell. All right, so there it is. I know I have one. From there, I'm going to go back to my main As You Learn landing page, all right, because I know that from there I can get to any of my other instances. And when I use the term instance, what I mean is each of these academic years in As You Learn is an instance of As You Learn. And one of the reasons that you can't just import from your old courses to your new, as you may have done in the past, is that we've grown As You Learn for you so that you have more room for your courses going backward. And we've also organized them in this way into different instances, which are each on different servers. And when you move from one server to another, you can no longer use the import feature. You have to use a backup and restore process, which takes a little bit longer. But the upside of all this is that you have more room for all of your things, and they're organized very well. All right. So we know that we have a course in fall 2019, and I happen to know that the course I want to bring into my fall 2019 course is from spring of 2018. So it's going to be on this tab over here. So when I click on that tab, here are all my courses that I was teaching that year, and I happen to have a lot of them, so I have a couple of pages down here. I'm going to click on my page 2 just to see that. All right. And I'm not entirely sure which of these courses has the full build that I would like for my upcoming course. And as you can see, there's multiple ways to do backup and restores, but I'm not sure which one this is. So I'm going to click on a course here and just see if it contains everything that I'm looking for. When I look at this one, this section 109 of my spring 2018 business writing, I think this is the one I want. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my gear wheel, and by the way, just notice when you move to your another tab up here in your address bar, you've changed instances, and you know that because now it says 2017, 2018. That's okay. Don't let that panic you. We're going to make a backup here. We're going to click on the gear wheel. We're going to click backup. And I want the whole course, so I'm just going to scroll down here to the bottom and click to jump to final step rather than paging through this one thing at a time. All right, that just takes a few seconds. All right, and I get the message that it was successfully created, and I'm going to click continue. All right, when I finish that, you'll notice if you scroll down to this user private backup area, here is the backup that I've just made. All right, it is indeed July 31st at 7:31 p.m. That's the file for the course that I just backed up. And I want to download that to my local machine. So I'm going to click download. And as you can see here, that is happening. If that doesn't pop up on your screen, That's okay. It's still downloading to your downloads folder, which should be available under your file manager, which is this sort of file looking item right here. So I'm going to click on that just to show you that as soon as that's done, it's going to show up in my downloads folder. All right, and it's done. So I'm going to click on my downloads, and as you can see here, again, it's 7/31/2019. It's about 7:32 p.m. There it is, right there as well. So you could get to that either way. All right, but I like having it on my my home screen. So I'm going to leave that right there, and then what I want to do is go back to the course that I want to bring this into. All right. And to do that, I'm going to back out of this to my main As You Learn landing page. So I'm just going to use my back key, all right, and just keep going until I'm back to my main As You Learn landing page, which is the hub for all of my instances, all right. So I'm going to go from there to that Fall 2019 course that I want to bring that content into. I'm going to click on that, and sure enough, here's my course. I'm going to click on the course. All right, and again, that's my blank course shell that I want to bring things into. Now I'm going to restore it. So I'm going to click the gear wheel up here, and I'll click restore. And it is going to bring me to a drag and drop box that all I have to do, and you can do this either from your file manager, which we looked at a second ago, or right here from your screen. You just drag that right in there. Now, one thing to remember about the backup and restore process is that it does take a little bit longer than the import process did, if you were familiar with import, because we're moving from one server to another. This could take anywhere from 3 to, we've heard it taking 15 to 20 minutes. If it starts to take any longer than that, depending on the speed of things, one trick is you might use your refresh button. All right, after about 20 minutes, if nothing's happening, you might try your refresh button. Or if you have trouble with the size of it, if you get a message that the course is too large to restore, and sometimes that happens, contact your IT consultant. Okay, but do be patient with this. The value of the little bit of weight that we have here is that we have more room for your courses, and again, and things are going to be more organized for you. So I'm going to give this just a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, the drag and drop is now completed, and the way that I know that is when I run my cursor over it, it does underline it like it wants to click on it into a link. It's turned blue, so it's ready to restore. Once it does that, I can click the restore. Give it just a second. For my machine, that took about 6 minutes, so you just need to be a little bit patient with that process. When I scroll down, this first scroll down, it's telling me these are all the things that I'm going to bring into your new course for you. And yes, that is what I want to happen. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the page and click continue. When I come to the next screen, it's asking me whether I want to merge this back up into my course. So in other words, if I had been working in my new course a little bit and done some improvements to it, and I wanted to keep those as well as bring the old things in, I could do that with this default setting of merging. But I don't have anything in there that I've built in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete to give it a nice clean shell to bring into, and I'm going to click continue. And then when I do that, I'm basically just going to scroll down to every time I come to a screen that I need to scroll to, I'm going to go scroll down and click next. Again, it's giving me the option of seeing everything that's being brought in. Yep, I want all of it. So I'm going to scroll all the way down again and click next. And one more time. Scroll all the way to the bottom and click perform restore. And that's going to take just a few seconds. You can tell that things are working when you look up here on your tab. Your wheel is turning. It's thinking about it. And just be a little bit patient. All right, now I've got the message that my course was restored successfully, and I'm just going to click continue to see the course. And as you can see, this is fall 2019. And what was once a blank shell now has my old course pulled into it with all of my things, which is great news. And as you can see also, we're up here on As You Learn staging, which is the future instance, or fall 2019 in this case. So we are set to go. Now, one thing to remember, I'm going to go back to my main As You Learn landing page. I already had a tab up with that on it. One thing to remember that might be a little bit confusing, but to keep in mind is that where you find your upcoming course might change depending on where you are in the flow of things in the changeover from one semester to the next. Keep in mind that usually we make the change, we bring courses that are set on staging or future into your current course setting in the actual break between, say, summer 2 and when it's over in preparation for your fall courses. So for instance, in 2019, that changeover will happen on August 9th. Probably similar date in the following year. So if it's after August 9th, your upcoming course will be in this course overview section. If it's before that, it will be down here on a tab that's marked that way. All right. Hope this has been helpful. Contact your IT consultant if you have any more questions. Thanks.